Hi, my name is Cody. I'm a software engineer here in San Francisco, and in this video series, we're going to be building the first NLWeb plugin for WordPress, enabling an AI chat experience directly in an existing WordPress site, and also future-proofing a WordPress site so that future agents, AI agents, can actually interact directly with your content using the Model Context Protocol, which is implemented by default when you use NLWeb. In this video, I'm going to start by forking NLWeb and taking a high-level overview of the existing code and starting to run the project locally so that we can kind of plan out and architect exactly how we're going to build this plugin. Thanks, let's dive into it. Alright, so here's the official GitHub repository. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fork this repo right now. So we're going to click on fork, call it NLWeb, put WP on there as well. The WP ecosystem. Okay, let's go ahead and fork that. Awesome, let's go ahead and now clone this locally. Git clone, paste that in. Okay, just finished cloning that. Let's go ahead and open this up in Cursor. Now the very first thing that I like to do whenever I clone an open source repo is actually just go through the README very quickly. Building conversational interfaces for websites is hard. NLWeb seeks to make it easy for websites to do this. And since NLWeb natively speaks MCP, the same natural language APIs can be used both by humans and agents. How it works. There are two distinct components to NLWeb. A protocol, very simple to begin with, to interface with the site in natural language and a format. Okay. Leveraging JSON and schema.org for the returned answer. This is great because WordPress actually has schema.org and JSON mode directly out of the box. Okay, very cool. Looks like we're using the MCP core method ask, which makes a lot of sense. And then in response, let's see, it leverages schema.org. Loosely speaking, MCP is NLWeb, as HTTP is to HTML. Okay. Okay, it looks like it runs on a Mac. That's great. Vector stores used, Qdron, Snowflake, Milvus, Azure, AI Search. I think Qdron is the one that we would probably go with. Looks like they have large language model integrations for OpenAI, Anthropic. Okay, that's good. So they support the major LLM providers, which is great. And here's something important. It's intended to be lightweight and scalable. That's good. Okay, looks like they do have a user interface, like a basic user interface, but it says they're expecting most production deployments to use their own user interface. Okay, so that's something for us to think about. All right, well, I guess the first start is get this thing running. So let's go ahead and follow this Hello World tutorial. All right, let's just jump right into it. Let's go ahead and set up our Python virtual environment. Okay, we're actually on Python 3. I'm going to go ahead and run through the initial setup so you guys don't have to sit and watch every moment of it, and then I will unpause when we have some insights to share. So after setting up those environment variables, the next step is to actually go ahead and run the program. This is the format that we'll run it, but I'm going to go ahead and use one of the examples that they give us. Let's go ahead and try this and see what it does. Okay, so it's going and doing an embedding wrapper. That's funny, it's wanting to do Azure Search Client. Okay, well, let's just see what it cooks up. Let's go ahead and kick off the server here. All right, we launched the server here. We opened it up on port 8000. Let's say, tell me about this website. Let's see what it does. Asking behind the tech. Okay, cool. Okay, so there's a bunch of content from an RSS feed from this behind the tech. From this behind the tech website that we ran. Yeah, Kevin's Behind the Tech podcast. Okay, that's pretty cool. Very simple though. Very simple. Well, okay, so we have the project running now locally. The next step is that we're going to try to get this working with an existing WordPress site. So I'll run WordPress locally. We'll pull down an existing website, and then we'll use that to kind of query the website and see if we can get this protocol working with WordPress. So, okay, we're gonna try a little bit more just experimentation first. We actually had it just, get this running at first. We use this asking behind the tech, which apparently they're live with their NLWeb implementation already, because this is a live URL that it hit, which is pretty cool. The first thing we asked is tell me about this website, and it gave us a bunch of answers that, I guess it didn't really tell me about the website. But the next step was let's ask it a follow-up question. And so I asked it, what's the future of AI? And it's kind of doing like this retrieval and giving me a bunch of references, but it doesn't actually seem like it actually is answering in a very natural or kind of a way that really makes a lot of sense. So that's something just to kind of keep in mind as we're doing this. That might be something to kind of dig into a little bit deeper and try to understand. Is this the expected behavior? Does it, is this just so early that it doesn't have that kind of natural interface or the natural kind of response, and it's just kind of a glorified querying search tool? Not 100% sure. It does pull up relevant results when it's talking about artificial intelligence and influential leader, but ideally it would be able to pull this information in, kind of reason about it, think about it, search it, and be able to not just surface the actual content, but understand the user intent enough so that it can make an intelligent response that's an actual natural conversation. And right now it doesn't seem to be doing that, so I'll have to do a little bit of research and kind of see if this is the expected behavior or if it needs to, if this is still just early enough that it doesn't have that kind of natural thing built into it. And who knows, maybe we'll end up working on that side of things and trying to help them move this project along. So